Hello everyone, my name is Danish Buns, and welcome back to another exciting game of Starcraft 2. Today I'm here to educate you on the ridiculousness of Terran and how they're OP in every way. So by that I'm trying to imply I'm awful, and I'm making excuses. Our opponent today will be Euphoria, which, I don't know, I guess Euphoria was taken, so they randomly put a F there. Classy, really. Really nice name. I can't claim that my name is any better, to be honest, but it is what it is. Now, this game was a little interesting for me because I had to cry after because I am awful, and I think what we're going to see in this game and what is going to be really important to note is basically our income and what happens in terms of my mineral line versus our opponent's mineral line. And of course we got to make sure that we're always filling out our bases as much as physically possible. You'll note that each of these mineral places actually wants 3 dudes mining it out, right? So we got to make sure that we have enough mining it out, and that's 24. We need 24 drones to be fully mining out this entire mineral field. And I believe you're considered sort of efficient at 16, though ideally you want to mine everything out. 3 for each extractor, of course. So let's check up on our Terran, and we see they're grabbing racks right there and basically starting out the standard way. They sent out a scout, as have I, and we're going to check each other out, just make sure we're on track and not fudging up quite horribly. As you can see, I've gone for gas. I generally like to get early gas because I like to try and do a small push with gas units early on. This time I just forgot about it. Standard Danish Buns play. We can see our opponent's fully walled off, and I have misclicked quite beautifully. So I won't be getting into that base anytime soon. And we can see that Terran is going to basically check me out. They're going to see my spawning pool, be aware that it popped up. They're not going to be attacking me anytime soon. It's just to confirm what's going on. And I've awkwardly checked out their base, though I really should have made sure that I moved this Overlord into a position where I could flee. Now, probably the most important thing that the Terran noted was I had gas and I was mining from it, so they're going to be wary of that. But you can see Terran is getting more minerals than me. And, you know, it's progressing. The game is going on. I have not lost yet. The day I lose at the 4-minute mark will be a very depressing day. I'm going to lose this Overlord because I don't know how to position things. But I am going to go and try and get a second expansion. While only having 2 Zergling units out, my Queen will be out very soon. I really want to try and prevent the Terran from getting this expansion. The issue is my scouting is awful. And as you can see, I've put this guy here. I have no idea that there's a Marine actually there. And I'm not checking anything out here. I have no idea what he's doing here. And as we can see, he starts building. Now I believe I don't have vision. So basically this drone is completely useless. Completely useless. And I don't see anything. I don't realize that he goes for the expansion. And I just sit my Zergling units out here. Because, you know, there's no point. Why would I attack, right? He's got nothing. He's not expanding. He's not expanding. Don't worry about it, Danish. It's going to be fine. Also building bunker. Don't know why I forgot that name. So he can properly defend this base. And around this moment is when I decide, alright, it's weird. Why hasn't he expanded yet? 6 minutes in. He hasn't done any sort of early push. I'm assuming he's going to try and expand. Is he being sneaky? What's going on? Send my Zergling units in. Or just micro them around pointlessly. That works as well. Now, let's check up on the amount of miners right now. As we can see, alright, we can see it's about 17. They got 17 at their mineral line. And I've got about 14. 14 plus whatever's going on here. So my income is the same. Interesting. Interesting. Ah, there we go. It's peaked up a little bit. What we missed there, actually, was me getting wiped. Let's reverse the line right now and just watch this and just contemplate the failure that is what just happened. And I get one Zergling out of there, losing 225 minerals. A little costly, and all due to the fact that this drone was not positioned properly. So there's a big misstep right there. Something that I need to make sure I don't do ever again, so I won't cry as much as I did after this game. However, I am mining more than my opponent. They have gone for double gas though, so they're going to be getting a little bit more gas. And as you can see, my production of drones has sort of lulled a bit. I haven't been producing any more drones, right? My harvester count is about the same as my opponent, but I have 2 bases. You know, I have 2 bases. I know my opponent really doesn't have much of an army. And I decide to push in again with this bunker and lose even more. I failed to kill even one single unit. That's quality. That's quality micro from yours truly. I believe my drone has fled randomly to here. I don't know what play I was attempting to do. Probably drop some creep here and then make a spine crawler. And I'm pumping out roaches now. I for some reason, really want to push into this base. Army value, you can see I'm spending a lot on my army trying to get it out and trying to do some damage, but I've lost way too much. Look at the base. Look at the base. I have barely anything. Nothing's changed. I've mismicroed 1 drone. Look at this. Look how many drones are here right now. So that's not good. And if we check out our income, I'm on 2 bases, and our opponent has just started entering 2 bases, and they're mining double what I'm mining. That's a big no-no. That is a big no-no. Big no-no. This battle's uninteresting because I'm going to lose essentially everything. My incredibly strategic plan of dropping a spine crawler failed awfully. And as we can see, I've only managed to kill 1 Marine with that push. I've lost tons, but I've only managed to kill 1. So at this point in the game, I am behind. I am supply blocked, and basically nothing's going right for me. Mainly because I'm awful, not because of the high level of skill of my opponent. As you can see, I still have matching army. I still have a matching army in terms of size. The problem is their base is well defended. This bunker is going to be dealing a lot of damage if I ever try to attack. And my opponent has gotten 0-1 it looks like. And I decide this is the right time to expand. My opponent has more harvesters than me. They're not fully set up for their bases to mine efficiently. Neither am I, though. Neither am I. But I decide, what the hell, let's go for another expand. Now, I think it probably would have been better if I had managed to invest more in terms of mining at the 2 bases that I currently had, remembering to put things into the extractors rather than just letting them sit there, and pumping out units that will actually be effective. I'm still at 0-0. Our opponent, 0-1. Let's see the engineering bay. Oh, we can see they're upgrading right now, so they're going to be 1-1 very soon. And I send my Zergling units off to the side because I actually have no idea. I don't know what goes through my brain during a moment like that. Clearly, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Clearly. I have a Nidus network. Why? I don't know. Maybe I was gonna do an awkward push in somewhere. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I want to realize, I want to believe that I know, but I really don't know. I think at this point my goal, my intention was to try and pull his army out, or wait for his army to pull out, and sneak my Zergling units in, who are still 0-0 and try and do some damage to his mineral line. Our opponent has built turrets, and I, of course, don't know anything about it. I haven't built anything in terms of air, so that's fine, that's fine. Turrets won't be useful against me. But he moves his army around now. Or not. He's just hesitating. He doesn't know what he wants. He's just like euphoria. This whole game he played just with an intense passion. He couldn't control himself. As you can see, we're almost matched in harvesters. But I have 3 bases, he has 2, and he's mining more than me. Not good. Not good at all. Definitely need to make sure that when I am building armies, instead of going for mass, instead of going for size of an army, I need to make sure that I do upgrades. And like, I'm just getting 0-1 right now. I have 1 Evo chamber. Not very good play from yours truly. Honestly, I'm sort of embarrassed. I don't even know why I'm showing you this game. But I'm showing you because I hope you learn from it. Or at least fantasize about how well this Terran did. I have gathered my Zergling units. I have gathered a large Roach army, which remains impotent. And I'm matching him in army value, but I really am not mining nearly as enough as I should be. His army moves out and, of course, wipes part of my Roaches. And with those medevacs, is going to clean me up quite efficiently. As you can see, resources lost It's, I would say, embarrassing. I don't know if others would say embarrassing. I'd probably use the term embarrassing. At that point, I sent the Zergling units in. All they managed to do was kill 1 bunker. Didn't attack the mineral line, because why? Why? There's no point, right? There's no point in attacking the mineral line. He's got a ton of medevacs. He could have really dropped in anywhere in my base, but instead he's just fine with pushing out. Now I'm panicking at this point. I am building my Roaches, 1-1 on the Roaches, which is good, but my opponent's going 1-2-2 at this point, so really, I'm still going to be outmatched. And I have to defend 3 bases. 3 bases, look how much is mining right there. I have 6, what is that? 6 drones mining for my 3rd base. He's got 10 more. He's got 2 expansions, or 1 expansion, sorry, and 1 his main. Blah. Sentences, they don't make sense to me. He's got 2 bases mining right now, at this very moment. Now 3. 57 harvesters versus 47. This is just embarrassing. This is just awful, awful, awful. You have to make sure you mine your bases. If you don't mine your bases, you'll get run through. Someone will run you through with a spear. And it'll go right through your heart, and you'll stare them in the eyes as you die and just say, why? Why? I could have been so good. I've moved my overseer here because I want to Nidus worm something. And I have 5 Mutalisks. And at this point, I haven't seen anything inside of his base. Not really. I see this and I'm like, alright. I'm safe. I'm going to go in, harass, deal some heavy damage to his mineral line. It makes sense. It's just how I operate. He begins an attack over here. I walk my Mutalisks into 2 turrets and a Marine. And what we're going to witness here is awful micro. Awful, awful micro. Look at that beautiful army you get. Absolutely wasted. And I glance up here and note that I've lost everything. Let's check the lost units tab. I wanna say something funny, but I feel like that number is funny as it is. I have lost so much simply due to being inefficient. I have basically nothing left, and you know, while we're both mined out essentially at our mains, I'm not, because I didn't properly build my base, fill my base up. But as you can see, I have barely anything left. My valiant last stand is going on. In my head right now, I'm thinking, maybe there's some way I can salvage this. Maybe if I do some hero micro, if I send my queen in, my drones, If I send all of my drones in, maybe by some miracle, by some fantastic possibility, maybe all of them are dead. Well, that did not exactly work out as I'd planned. What? Roaches! Hold the line, roaches! Okay, well, that is embarrassing. And with a short little drop of a tear, I leave the game. So what do we learn from this? What do we learn, Danish buns? We learned that if you don't fill out your mineral line, you will lose so epically that afterwards you will cry yourself to sleep and wake up in a puddle of tears. Alright? Make sure you fill up those mineral lines and take advantage of the fact that you have 2 bases. Right? Another thing, army size. Gotta watch army size versus army upgrades. If you're going purely army size, and your opponent has more upgrades and has the ability to heal your units, Terran can heal their units. Of course, roaches can heal outside of battle, but that's besides the point. Make sure you get those upgrades before you start massing a massive army, because upgrades are going to be more valuable and are going to do more in terms of long-term assistance for your army versus simply building a large army. And as we can see in the units lost tab, I lost 15,000 minerals. 15,000 minerals due to being inefficient. I hope you learned something from this awful, horrendous game. My name is Danish Buns, and I will see you next time.